And now, join Kevin Hart as he dives into the minds of some of the world's funniest comedians. This is Comedy Goldmines with Kevin Hart.
Welcome. God damn it. Welcome. Welcome to all new episode of Comedy Goldmines. And what do we do here, people? I shouldn't have to tell you. You should know the answer. You should know the answer by now. We get into the minds of brilliant comedians. And why? Why do we do that? Well, because these are some of the most amazing minds there is. A comedian's mind is fucking gold. Hence the name Comedy Goldmines. Ooh, that's a gem. Today we have somebody special on the show. A friend, an amazing talent. Ooh, just a brilliant person all around. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about Amy Schumer. Amy Schumer.
Oh my God, she's so much thinner in person.
Okay. Amy.
Sorry. Look, I need to be introduced the way I need to be introduced.
Okay, well, I'll say that next time, but you got to give me a heads up. Send me a text. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. I can't complain, Amy.
Actually, you haven't answered my last 3 texts.
What? Well, those, because you're texting from my Hotmail number. You have my Hotmail number.
Okay. That's such a thing. That's such a dodge.
Yeah.
All right. Kevin's
number.
not Hotmail. That's good. I'm going to say that to people.
Yeah,
you must have my Hotmail.
Yeah. And that's the only reason. If you had my other stuff, then you would get me. But you
if I had your real number.
Yeah.
That's the thing. When somebody's on your podcast, they have to put you on blast for not texting them back. I'm really good. How are you?
I'm good. How's family life? I mean, Jesus, you're married, you're a mom. I mean, it's all the above now.
All of
right?
it. I'm living that life. I am.
Are you living
mom
that life?
as hell? Yeah.
Are you loving it and living it?
I'm
or
loving
you just
it. No, I'm loving it. I'm annoying. I'm like
really
like so into it. He's almost 2, so that age is like he talks with full confidence, but he doesn't say any. It sounds like he's speaking a different language.
Shit.
You know?
He's saying jack shit, but he looks at you as if it's something.
He's pointing. He's and he's not saying anything, and he has the confidence of a comic. Actually, like he's like, everybody should listen to me right now. Like I have something very important to say. Delusional confidence. Like comics.
What do you feel has changed most about you since marriage?
My pussy. It's honestly just like huge now and just garbage. It's just street trash. I would say my street trash pussy is probably what's changed. I mean, I don't know. Like for being a mom, like what do you like? Everything, I don't go out anymore. I mean, it's also the pandemic, but I'd be down at the Cellar every night doing stand up, and now it's like if a friend is like want to meet out at 8 p.m., I'm like 8 p.m. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
I'm in. I'm not in bed. I stay up. But
you're an animal. 8 p.m. outside your house. God damn, living life.
Who do you think I am? Yeah. Where are you going?
Are you Batman? Who hangs out at the 8 p.m.? Jesus Christ.
I'm not protecting Gotham over here, okay? I'm protecting my fish sticks I made for my son.
Here's what I mean when I say if things changed, or what do you think has changed most? I mean, you still are. You're a household name, right?
But you could say it. I used to be. Now I'm
no.
I'm just in a series of commercials.
You do have a commercial running right now. Yes, I have seen the commercial.
I at one point did a commercial that you might have at one point said no to. Can I just tell you? I was once offered a commercial. I won't say what the commercial is. I was offered the commercial. I said, yeah, sure. I'll sell truly anything, You want me in your lawyer ad? You want me in your ad talking about personal injuries? You got me. And they go, actually, we're sorry. We're going to go with Kevin Hart. And I go, Kevin's not going to say yes to this. And so when you come back to me after Kevin says no, don't be embarrassed because I'm ready. And that's exactly what happened.
Kevin's going to
pass on this. He's going to pass hard on this. And I will be right here. And don't even say sorry. Don't even say sorry to me.
Just close your mouth and just know that I'm not going anywhere. I'm ready.
Give me my call time. I don't care.
Amy, you're so fucking great. You're so great. Do you feel like motherhood, has it in any way, shape, or form, has it taken away any of the hunger of entertainment, of comedy? I mean, because the one thing about being a parent is wanting to be there. And
right.
As a father, of course, it's different for me because, my wife, she's so hands-on, she's so great. I have that partner that allows me the comfort of knowing that my kids are getting what they need, that they're taken care of. And, when I'm in and out, it's great. It's good for me, but I got the comfort of knowing. Now, you as a mother, is it different for you, or do you and your husband have that kind of bond?
I would say Chris is the primary caregiver. Because I do have to be in and out, but I haven't been like shooting something gone for, 14 hours a day since because of this year, so that's about to happen. So I've only like had to be out of the house for like a full day a couple times. So I don't know what that's going to be like, but but the hunger, yeah, I am really nervous about that. I'm like, it's me. I'm not even worried about my son. It's me that's worried about, like, because just getting to be with him so much. But I still have the hunger. I'm about to start filming a show for Hulu, and I am, I created it. I'm directing a bunch of it, and I feel very engaged.
Holy shit! Congrats.
And loving
directing.
That. Yeah.
Good for you, Amy.
Are you directing?
You know what, man? I want to start, but Amy, I'm so afraid. I'm so afraid of having to be there early. Yeah, well, no, not. I'm afraid of the hole that you go in after, because once you have that project, you're stuck with that project for the year. You know what I mean? It's like filming it after filming it, then it's the editing process.
But aren't you involved in every part of the process for your specials? And
yes, I'm involved in it, but I'm able to still hop in, hop out. I'm involved in it, but I do it in such a way to where I can still
hop in, hop out when you're
not in your first movie. You don't want to hop in, hop out in your first movie.
Yeah,
not your first movie.
Yeah, no, but I like, if you have like really good support systems, I feel like you can, because I feel like you're most likely directing everything you're doing anyway. I know you're not going to say that, but
Yeah, at a certain point in your career, you get to a point to where you definitely are more aware of what goes on behind the camera than you once were. And when you are, you're able to dictate and control.
Right. I think it makes you a better performer too, once you understand all that stuff.
People need to know and understand that about you too, Amy. And I want to take a second to just highlight that. Like, your level of creative that you put into the things you do. You're a pen to the pad. You're a pen to the pad comic, and not just within your stand-up, but within the things that have made it to the big screen, within the things that make it to the little screen. You're heavy with that pen to the pad.
Yeah. Aren't you like that?
Of course.
Yeah, it's because the rhythm, what's going to work. And also when you're as busy as you have to be efficient. It's like, how can we do this the most efficient way possible? And that's the thing, like, it takes so much energy. So if you see a way that something could be done sort of more easily, like, you can't keep your mouth shut and just be like, I'm just here to say my lines. Like, so it's, it's kind of self-serving. But just how many times have you not listened to your instincts and you go, why? I knew that. I knew it. I should have just listened. Yeah.
I like that you're checking all the boxes, from literature, from television to film to stand up. You're truly checking all the boxes. And, you even have your own podcast.
It was canceled. Thank you for bringing that up. Who do I blame for that?
Keith
Robinson.
Absolutely.
Keith is a piece of garbage, and I'm glad that finally the world will hear it from me.
Yes.
I blame Keith Robinson. We've been trying to get Keith canceled for years now.
I don't know why you would even fucking incorporate Keith on your fucking show.
Huge mistake.
What a idiot you are, incorporating Keith.
It's actually really sad. I was like, how can I make my friends hang out with me? It's Rachel Feinstein, Bridget Everett, hilarious performers, and Keith Robinson, just because we need someone to yell at.
No, you get cut to the chase. He needs the work. Okay, that's
he
what
needed
Keith
it.
Needed.
That's
he
right.
Needed the fucking work.
He needs a damn paycheck. He gets paid as a writer on almost everything I do, and he does nothing. He does nothing.
We have to be honest for a second, just for listeners. I don't think that you'll love a person more. Keith Robinson is a mentor to me, a fucking amazing guy. He's done so much for me. And Amy had him on her radio show, which got canceled because of him.
Because of him. That's right.
How long did you guys go?
We did 5 seasons, which is really weird. I know. It was on Spotify, and and they got Joe Rogan's podcast, and they told us to go
fuck yourself,
fillet ourselves right in the corner. And we said, thank you so much for your time. But it was fun. It was a good run. And, But yeah, Keith, I love. He's family.
He's a great guy. What do you prefer, Amy, right now? When it comes to you and you being your best, is there a preference between television and film right now?
I'm excited about this. Is my first like narrative TV show I'm doing. So it's
Mhm.
it's 5 hours long. It's 10 half hours. So
Mhm.
I
Well,
also do really math really.
I think that's
You just
I
check
think
on my
that's a
cell phone
lot of
really quick.
that's a lot, Amy. 10 and a half hours.
Is that too much time to like look
That's-
at me and hear?
Yeah,
And
that's a
don't
lot.
people want to see this though?
That's a lot, Amy.
5 hours? No, are you sure?
I mean, I'm just telling you that's a
No,
lot.
people are gonna love it. They're gonna watch it again. They're gonna start it
They're
right
gonna-
over. I know, but that's the thing. Isn't that funny? They made a joke about it. Amy or Tina on the Globes, they were like, you either are like, "Ugh, I don't want to watch a movie, but then you binge a TV show for like 8 hours. So, it's like Ricky
one or the
Gervais
other.
had that show. What's,
Life After Death,
yeah,
or Life After, something like that.
that's a Biggie album. You're thinking of
I get them
Afterlife.
confused. I get Biggie and Ricky confused all the time.
They are
Biggie
truly the
Smalls
same person. Did
Ricky
you watch the
Gervais.
doc?
I did actually. I did watch the doc.
That was
It's
a
fucking
fun
amazing.
watch, right? God.
It's actually pretty amazing when you go look at it.
Who-
And I
who-
watched, and just as a sidebar, I watched Ricky's show as well. So look at
Yeah,
that.
I enjoyed it. Yeah. I think Biggie was my favorite rapper. Who's
Really?
your favorite of all time? Yeah.
My favorite rapper of all time.
Favorite rapper of all time. Like you know what? No. Maybe of all time, yeah, but I guess 90s hip hop.
90s hip hop. I'm going to go Biggie Smalls. If
Yeah,
you go
right?
90s hip hop. Yeah, it's between Biggie or Tupac if you're going in that time
Whoa.
frame.
It's too
But then it's
political. I shouldn't
hard-
have brought that up.
Okay, well, we're not here to start a beef. Amy.
No.
That's not what we're about to do. But
No, but I will battle anyone. And I want to say that right here, right now. If anybody wants to step to me,
no, Amy. this
no?
isn't- I
Okay,
don't think
sorry.
you
I'm
do.
trying a new
Wh-
persona. You got to keep reinventing yourself,
Amy, where did you learn that? Who told
I
you
don't.
that?
I just watched the Biggie documentary. I got excited.
Okay, well, you can't. That doesn't
Okay,
mean
I'm
that you
gonna
just
write that down.
incorporate.
Don't
No,
don't
just
tell
don't
people
do
to
that.
step off. Okay,
Yeah.
don't tell people that. All right, I got it. I wrote it down.
stand up. What are you thinking about for stand up right now?
I
mean,
don't
shit, we're in
know.
a
I
fucking
don't know.
pandemic.
We loved your special, by the way.
Thank
I texted
you.
you. You wouldn't know because you obviously
Okay.
have changed your number.
All right, Amy, we
but
discussed this.
yeah, we really enjoyed that.
I mean, I was very lucky, very fortunate to find somewhere to work on something, and I was able to put an hour together. And I got excited about the fact that, like, oh shit, when we're down, I kind of figured out this way to kind of create some material. So I shot a special.
I
and
appreciated it. It was great, and it was
loved
really
it.
funny. And I feel like it came right at a time where it was like I was really starving for content. Like I watch everything, like anytime anyone's like, did you see this? I'm like, yes. Like, I don't know. My friends are like, how do you have so much time? I'm like, from 7 to like 1 a.m. I'm just watching TV, like everything. But no, we were like looking forward to it and excited. Oh, and you sent out like a gift thing and Chris wore your silk pajamas.
Pajamas, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember. That's why I'm asking you right now. Like, when it comes
what's
to
my
comedy,
deal with stand up? I did stand up one time this whole pandemic.
Mhm.
Did a show with John Forte.
Where at?
Martha's Vineyard. It was like an outdoor fundraiser for
Was it
women's
a
shelter.
shit show? Was it like fucked up, or was it put together well?
Well, it was like 4 p.m. And Martha's Vineyard is one of my favorite places where my husband's from. But it was a lot of people wearing like Ann Taylor and like
Yeah.
drinking a like spritzer. And I opened for John. So John kind of got like the hot spot,
Mhm.
and he was amazing. And he has a new album, Rhythm Road, Rhythm Drive. Everybody has to listen to. But my stand up, it was fun. It was fun. And I feel like I have like 10 minutes right now.
Mhm.
What about you? You just shot
I
a
don't have
special?
shit.
You don't have anything?
Amy, I don't have shit right now.
I can't. That's the thing. People go, can you just do 20? I don't have it.
Listen, what I have is so bad right now that I kind of don't want shit to open up yet, because
I know.
I don't know what to do when it does. Like if I
I've got
get a
nothing.
stage, I don't know what the fuck to do. But I will say this, Amy, like right now, this is the best time for us, because once we do get to a point where people are going back into comedy clubs, the need and want for comedy is going to be so real, so big.
So right. I didn't think about that.
It's going to be so big. So, you know,
You gotta have something.
I think that we're going to get extremely hungry and ambitious once we get a taste of it again. I don't think it's going to be long.
Can I tell you like a premise I have in my phone?
Yeah, let me hear it.
Okay. This is good. This is good radio. Okay.
Okay, I'm listening.
Oh, actually, I want to ask if you've ever heard somebody do this before. This might be like a Seinfeld vibe.
Okay.
Just that like we're old now.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how like when I was like I'm about to turn 40 this year, and when I was younger, it was like I just thought 40 was so old.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but then you get older and then you're like, when somebody dies when they're 75, you're like, oh, they were so young. That's it. Like that's kind of the premise. Doesn't that sound like it might be a Jerry bit?
Well, it doesn't sound like a Jerry bit, but it's observational. That's where you're getting the Jerry vibe from.
Yeah.
And I think as you get to 40,
yeah,
the crazy thing about us being 40, like right now I'm 41. And the fucked up thing about being 41, you did once look at it as, yo, this old as shit.
Like you're just over. Yeah.
But right. once you're here, you get this new energy about 40 when other people
we're in our prime.
Yes.
I believe that. I mean, for me, it's not physically because I don't even understand what happened to my breasts after having a baby. But I mean, they honestly, Kev, they used to be so high. They didn't, if I laid down, they just stayed there like at attention, you know, and now it's like, it's all over.
Are you happy though? Are you still fucking confident? Are you still like,
oh yeah.
Yeah. Then
me?
that's all
Are you
that
kidding
matters.
me? I believe I have like a super pussy.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure it's below average and I have low T. Actually, I got all this blood work this year because I had Lyme and they were like, you have extremely low T. Do you want to get more T? They're like, we can give you. And I was like, no, I don't. What do I want T for? T's over.
Do you feel like has the sex life falling off after the baby, or do you still try to stay true to it?
Are you guys like this? Like, okay, truly, we probably have sex every 7 to 10 days.
That's about right.
Okay, and we do it and we go, God, that's so great. Like we need to do that more. And then we don't do it again for another 7 to 10 days. But no, okay, wait, this happened the other day. So my husband goes, I go, do you want to have sex? And he makes this face. He goes, like he kind of pictured it and like winced, you know, he was like imagining it and he made a face kind of like he ate something bad, you know, and I was like, he's like, how about tomorrow? And I was like, great, thank you. I feel really good. But that's Chris anyway, because like during the pandemic, we were like sitting outside and it was like about to rain. And I turned to him and I was like, you know, I was like, even though this has been horrible, COVID is horrible, this I think has been the best time of my life. And he said, I'm going to go put the windows up in the car. You know, and like, that's him. Like, he's just, I'm like, what about what no.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah. What about, that was a meaningful, no, I think he's going to ram and put the windows up in the car.
My wife told me straight up. She told me I need to get the fuck away from you. She told me like, listen, like not even no laugh behind it. It was as blunt as you can say it. Yeah,
she's running the house like she has it. Okay, didn't you guys just have another baby?
We just had another baby.
Oh, but congratulations!
I'm a lot of work too, and that's what I've realized. Like during this pandemic, I realized I'm work. Like I don't know shit. I don't know where shit is. No. I don't know how to do shit. And I got
You're
like
in the
one
way.
day.
You're in the way.
Yes. You know, I heard myself. I fucking heard myself, Amy. Mm-hmm. Like I backed the backer and I was like, oh shit, this is bad. Yeah. I was like, hey babe, where the remote control at to the TV? I don't see the remote control. She's like, I don't know. Just look for it. I don't know where it is. That's what I'm saying. Where is it at? And she was like, just it's probably on the couch. So I was like, all right, I'll go look. But that's what I'm saying. If it's not there, then we got to find a control. And then I found a remote control. And I was like, hey, babe, where them tea bags? You know the tea? You know the tea that you make with that it's not the ginger, but the other one. We got more. We got more of those. I don't know, babe. You got to check.
He hates me. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know where you got to tell me. Do we got those or no? Check and see. But before I know I'm gonna get them a check, but I'm saying, do we have them?
She's like, look in the tea bag section.
Hey, babe, where that blanket? You know the blanket? Where that gray blanket at? The gray blanket, the one that's got the, the soft one, not the one that's not soft. but the one that's softer than the one that's soft. Do you have
The
that?
extremely soft one.
Babe, where's that one at? I don't know which one you're talking about. The one that I put on my feet. Where's that one at? Ask the kids. Can you ask them? I'm so much
Oh God.
fucking work.
If
Babe,
I were him.
Babe, is the baby up? I don't know.
Go
Why don't
look.
you go see? You don't know if the baby up? I don't want to see if you don't know. If you don't know, then I'll just wait.
Then I'll just assume the baby's not up. And
Amy, I am so fucking much.
You're in the way. No, I know, because it's like they have a system. They're kind of running things, and you come in and it's like, hey, we're not doing that right now. Like we're not. And I'm like, let's put the TV on. Let's show. Like I don't care. Like I'm like, Gene, watch TV.
Where the mugs at with the handles?
Yeah.
I don't want to use the ones that don't have the handles. Where the ones with the handles?
This was yesterday. I go, where's the Parmesan? Where's the Parmesan? He's like, it's in there. He won't come in. I could hear that he's in a standoff with me. It's in there. I'm looking at the fridge. I'm like, and I really feel like everybody's like, I'm like, it's really not here. And I call him to come in because I want to show him that I looked and it's not there. And he comes in and he immediately sees it. And I'm just like, you have every right to leave me. Yeah.
I'm sorry for wasting your life. You're not even wasting your time. I'm sorry.
You made a poor choice.
You fucked up bad.
You have committed to a fool.
I love that at least we're aware. I think being aware is half the battle.
That's a good point. Look how we're celebrating ourselves.
Yeah, like you gotta listen.
No, but it's true.
Knowing your flaws is what it's about. I know mine. And this is like every 5 days I have a talk with my wife. And I'm like, hey, I just want to tell you I appreciate you for just I know that I'm a lot. And I know that sometimes.
What did she say? Did she say I'm gonna go put the windows up in the car?
No, she'd be like, get the fuck out of my face, Kevin. Yeah. I don't want to hear your shit. Just leave me alone.
I know. Same here. No. I'm like, just like quick reminder, just checking in. You're a great husband, a great father. Yeah. He's like, I think I'm going to sleep in the other room. I'm like, yeah. Cause I mean, we are lucky. He's asleep. I'm laying next to him. I'm watching reality shows. I'm eating loud, inconsiderate, loud food next to him.
Yeah. No, good for you. Good for you. And he calls you on it. Amy, you're smacking.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. And there's so many crumbs in this bed. I feel like I'm sleeping in sand.
You know what I did? I went on like a two day no wash binge, but it was aggressive.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was just aggressive for no reason. I was just in like we got this little theater room and I found a good show that I haven't seen. I think it was Billions.
Yeah.
And Billions got like 7 seasons. I was on season 2 straight. Going straight.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It was a project.
It
was a project. I was in it.
Yeah.
She just looked me in my face. She's like, you're not gonna wash your ass? I was like, oh yeah. No. Yeah. I was just
you're right.
Into it. My bad. No, I'll do it now. Is it does this bother you? Am I you're gonna leave? You're about to leave.
You're leaving me. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
That suitcase is out. It's bad. No. Yeah, and he's like, he reads the newspaper, he does a crossword, like he does all this, and I'm just
nothing
on the couch.
Nothing on the couch with fucking chips in your belly button and low breasts. Good for you. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I did it. I am living the dream. It's
that's what I'm talking about, Amy.
It's true.
Just every time he answers you, every time he calls you and you answer, you're chewing a chip. That's where you can tell where you are in life.
Yep.
If you always have a chip.
It happened so fast for him too. Like we got married and then I got pregnant like 3 months later and I was like sick and he's like it just, it all just fell apart quick. I had had a hot 3 months with him, And
are you going to do another baby?
I hope so. I
mean, hope so. What is that? Do you want another baby or not? What do you mean?
I do want another baby. I'm turning 40. I can't personally carry another baby again. I got really sick. I have a documentary called Expecting Amy.
I know exactly what it is.
Yeah, you must have forgot. I thought maybe you texted me about my Hotmail. It's probably my Hotmail. Is that
I know exactly what it is. It was
anyway,
tough for you. You're pregnant.
So I can't have. It's hyperemesis is the condition, and there's a 80% chance that the baby doesn't make it. So it's like I'm not doing that.
Is it a thought? Is it a thought of expanding the family somehow? Is it a conversation?
Yeah, I did IVF.
Mm-hmm.
We got an embryo,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe we'll find a beautiful angel to carry it for us. Or
I
I mean,
love
I
it.
feel a little. It's imperfect, but you get it. Like just like you want once you have a baby, you're just like, oh God, there's
Yeah,
nothing
you want
better.
another one. I
You want
listen,
another one?
that's one of those things that I truly do understand, and
Mm-hmm.
what I've learned as a husband, I've learned when to really, really, um, really, really try as much as I possibly can to understand and side with my wife about the things that are important and that are needs to her,
Mm-hmm.
because I was guilty of dismissing things or
Like what?
being dismissive because, well, just shit that wouldn't be that big of a deal to me, like something as small as like baby pictures, right?
Uh
And her, I'm like, yo, it's a fucking baby, like, you want to go take the pictures,
huh.
take the fucking pictures, honey.
Yeah.
Do what you want, like,
Great. You have an iPhone.
I don't have to
Portrait
be
mode.
there, like,
Yeah.
but then I was like, no, you know what? It is important for me to
Yeah.
be there for her, because these are her
Mm-hmm.
moments as well with our baby. And I shouldn't be the dad that's got kids, that's been here, that's seen it, that's looking past what she isn't looking past. So I had
Mm-hmm.
to really check myself on that. And in doing that, it opened up the door for me to understand so much more.
That's nice. How'd you get there?
It, it,
I would like for you to teach that class to my husband.
it wasn't overnight, and in no way, shape, or form, is this a moment for you to be like, yeah, see, Kevin did this, you need to do this. I think it's a thing that
It's too
men
late.
kind
I'm
of,
doing that. No, just it's like anything, like empathizing with the other person. Like you don't need to understand why they feel a certain way. That's how they feel.
yes,
And just like supporting that. That's the thing
that's
that's
the
tough.
that's the trick, and that's the thing that's tough, I think, for a lot of men.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something I'm still working on to date.
Yeah.
But as you get better, situations are no longer situations or problems. They're compromises and
Yeah.
understandings, and I try my best to do that. So when I hear you say what you say, I'm instantly siding with you from the space
Oh
of
my God.
when you say, like, hey, it's imperfect, but I have a baby now, and that want for adding and
Mm-hmm.
having the bigger side of family, I get it. And if you can
And
and you want
siblings,
to,
having
yeah, fuck
like,
yeah,
yeah.
fuck yeah. And who wants that only child talking to themselves,
I
licking the
know.
wall?
It's
A lot of them kids lick the wall
it's the
by
risk.
themselves.
It's a risk. It's all a gamble. It's all a
I,
gamble. Wait, Keith always said, "Oh, he's like, you need a backup kid in case one of them's a dud."
in case one of them doesn't make it,
Yeah,
you need
backup
you
kid.
need one. You
And
want? I
then
got
remember
fucking
Greg
four.
Giraldo? He used to have that joke. He'd be like, "I don't have a favorite, but my main son." Were you friends with
R.I.P.
him?
Yes, R.I.P. to
Yeah.
Greg Giraldo, man. He was so dope.
So
So dope. So smart.
the best
So smart.
roaster.
So I would say him and Ross, absolutely. Him and Ross, absolutely.
His his. Wait, did you do the
Which one?
Flava Flav roast?
No, no,
No.
I did the Bieber. Mine was
Oh
Bieber.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Uh,
hosted Bieber's roast. But
he
Geraldo was fucking legend.
Geraldo was there was nobody. I just think he was the funniest person.
Where are you at with stand-up specials? Do you want to do another one?
Yeah, I guess. Like
What do you mean?
yeah.
Guess,
Well,
Amy.
I just
Stop
haven't
saying
done
you
stand up
guess.
in a year. Like, I mean, I know I'll go back and I'll love it. And yes, I definitely want to do another special,
Is there like, so
but
you're
it's
not one
not
of
in the
those
works at all.
you're not one of those comics that have like a number attached. Like, in my career, I want to do set amount of comedy specials. You don't
No,
have that.
I have no goals.
That's not
I've
true.
no, but
I
I've
don't believe
never
that.
had like, no, I have like a one goal in front of me.
Mhm.
Um, like it's like whatever the next thing, but I don't have, like Quentin's, like I want to do 10 movies or something.
Mhm.
No,
So
no.
so even within your series that you're doing now, you're like,
Yeah,
I'm going to do this,
I'm gonna do this
see how it
season.
goes,
Yeah.
and then after that, find out what and where I want to be next.
Yeah. Do you think longer term?
Absolutely. I'm
Yeah,
I'm
that's why you're like you have a
I'm
full
8 to 10.
infrastructure.
Yeah, I'm 8 to 10 steps ahead.
Yeah.
I like I like knowing where I'm going.
How many years ahead are you planned right now?
I'm at 50 in my head. 50 years old.
Oh my God. Are you
I'm
serious?
41. I swear to God, I'm 41.
But how much do you change the plan? Not much?
I swear to God, I don't deviate. Wow. I don't deviate. As right now, the plans are all based around production company, partnerships within my streaming platform, Heartbeat Ventures, and big on partner. Like everything is now on partner for me. So work for hire is of no more. Being a partner
Right.
is the new norm. So
I mean, people must have to pay you to advertise on your page.
well, it's more
Or,
about
like
it's more, it's even past the advertising. Like, now for me, it's how do you become partners with the agency, because you create and bring the ideas that the agencies need to sell to said thing. Like I think like that. Like
the Floyd Mayweather model, it's like, it's like, okay, all these people, like, didn't he have them, like, he got a piece of the parking?
He took every piece of the business. Because
he's my hero. Just kidding.
You're making money. You're making money off of me and my event.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I should get percentages of all the businesses attached.
Are you going to make a studio?
I have one.
You do?
Yeah, I have one.
Oh, I didn't know that. In LA or where?
I have one in LA in Chatsworth.
I had no idea.
Two full stages.
Damn. I mean, I don't know why I'm surprised. I just hadn't heard about it.
Harvey Studios. That's where we tape.
Well, you know what? I don't want to brag. I have a storage unit in Queens.
Okay.
And it's not the same thing, but it's pretty much the same thing. I can do it. I can put whatever I want in there. So
you can, but I mean, technically, it's
and I do.
Okay, Amy, that's not. I see what you're doing, and you don't have to.
Because it's in Queens, and that's 40 minutes tops to get there.
Okay, Amy, that's fine. But
it's not a competition.
It's not. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This is
doing our thing, is what I'm saying.
Who does Amy Schumer love within stand-up comedy? Who motivates Amy Schumer? Who do you look at and go,
I love you, Kev?
Oh, thank you, Amy.
At Hotmail.
Okay.
I love Dave Attell.
Dave Attell. Dave Attell like discovered me.
Come on.
Are you serious?
I have no knowledge of this.
Keith is the true hand. I got him. I'm going to teach him and show him the ropes.
Right. I know that about Keith. Yeah.
Dave Attell saw me perform. Dave Attell was with Dave Becky. He knew Dave Becky. Dave Becky wasn't necessarily his manager, but they had a great relationship. Dave Attell told Dave Becky, you need to come see this guy and manage this guy. This guy is going to be a star. True story.
When you were how old? I
was 21.
Oh my God. I had no idea. I started out, I was opening for Attell on the road.
I mean, it's so crazy because I didn't even know Dave Attell, right? Like I was just a young kid on a comedy scene that had a couple spots here and there. And it was like when I first performed at the Cellar, they just gave me one and I performed and I came off. Dave Attell was outside smoking a cigarette.
Of course.
He said, man, you're very funny. He said, you're very, very funny. And I said, thank you, man. He said, yeah. He said, dude, just keep it up. He didn't say anything more. And then later on, he said, I'm going to have somebody reach out to you, man. And I gave him like my number, and Dave Becky reached out. Dave Becky got to me, said Dave Attell told him to reach out. Dave wanted the tape or something on me. I didn't have it. Dave ended up coming to see me perform, and the rest is history.
Dave Attell changed your life. He changed my life too.
Swear to God.
That's the thing. There's no one, I think he's nocturnal. He never stops smoking a cigarette, but he is the kindest person that I know. Like he would, if a waitress just started working at the Comedy Cellar and he found out she had cancer, he would just like give her 50 grand or something. Like he's just like the kindest person. Do you know the story about my son what I named my son?
No.
Oh,
tell me.
Damn, you're gonna really like this, and I'm upset. So I made my son's middle name Attell for Dave. Do you know what my son's first name is?
What is it?
It's Gene. So by accident, and my husband's last name is Fisher. So by accident, I named my son Genital Fisher. Okay. I was a month into being a new mom, and I'm reading that. I'm like, let me just Google, see what's going on. And the internet is ablaze, having a field day, thinking I did it on purpose, because what kind of a sick idiot would just overlook that they by accident named their kid Genital? So his middle name is now David. Yeah. And I mean, I blame it, I blame Keith Robinson.
Keith Robinson.
No, I love him. I love Wanda
Wanda's
Sykes.
Wanda's great.
Jess Kirsten.
I love your list.
Yeah.
I love your list.
Chelsea Peretti is Chelsea might be my favorite comic. I mean,
know Chelsea.
She kills me. Yeah.
This is a great list.
Yeah. Yeah. These are people I would like pay to see.
Yeah. I love how different your list is as well.
I love seeing you. We went to see one time, it was a whole group of us. You were at the garden and we all came to see you. That. It was so cool.
You rock
the artist formerly known as Louie. Yes. Amy Poehler.
Yes. And I remember you guys came to the back and you were so serious. Like, hey,
I think Jay-Z was in there. It was like, I walked in and I just wasn't
there.
I wasn't meant to.
I had like a shitload. Every rapper from New York was probably there.
Yeah. So I walked in like ready to give you a hard time, and I walk in and it's like a room of my heroes, and I was like, I don't have anything to say. And then we sat like, on the floor. It was such a great show. Like I really just remember how much I enjoyed it and like learned from it. And it was just a fun, like little field trip that we all went together. We piled in a cab.
That's so dope. I just remember you guys came in the green room and you were like, hey, do you need a second? Before your special, you were like hanging out. And I'm like, I was like, no,
you need
guys.
to focus? Like,
yeah, I was like, no, guys, we're chilling. Just
you're like, no, do you want a sandwich? You were like hosting a party. I'm like, if it were me, because before a special or something, I'm like, everybody stay away from me.
You need a zone. You get in your zone. You need a second.
Yeah, I need to kind of focus and meditate. And
really?
Not you. You were like on the grill. You were like working the grill. I was like, is this normal to anyone else?
So he's
bartending.
You literally like before, are you like that before every show or just like the big show?
Like the big show. I would be hanging out if it wasn't. But it was, I mean, you weren't doing a special, but you were performing at the Garden. But how many times have you done MSG?
Well, what I do is this, when I go on tour, which one day I can't wait to get back to, is I do everything the same. How you start is how you finish, no matter where you film the special. So if it's always hanging out and it's always chilling and it's drinking and there's cards in the back, then that's what it is before you go up. I don't break the routine because that's when I feel like the problems come, when all of a sudden you shut yourself off, you're quiet, and it's a candle in the room and it's just you and there's no food before, and it's like it's too much. I like it to be as relaxed as possible, and it's a cool thing, and that's how I also keep the fun, you know, when you do so many dates, because after a while you want to throw that fucking material away. You've been doing it for so long.
Like, if I say this again, I'm just gonna throw up in the middle of a sentence. The last time I was out on the road, my openers were Janelle James, who's hilarious. And you know her.
I know she is.
Janelle James. Okay. And Mia Jackson. And we would just kind of hang out, whatever. And then before we go up, like whoever was on the road with us, we'd like hold hands and kind of, keep ourselves grateful and grounded and whatever. And then, and then we go up. But before a special, like I run through the set in my head. Like, I would do a whole.
Do you keep the same openers? Have you kept the same openers every time, or do you switch?
For like 10 years, this guy Mark Normand opened for me, and then Rachel Feinstein and Bridget Everett. I actually can't follow Bridget Everett. So she started closing my shows for me on the road. Have you ever seen her perform?
Really?
Her live show?
That's pretty goddamn deep.
No,
like how did you do it?
Like it would be like, now I'm going to bring out a special guest. I would have an opener. I would go out and do an hour. There's an encore.
Wow.
Because her energy and her stage presence, you can't.
Wow.
I think maybe you're probably the only person that could follow her, because we would, we would do these big tours, Oddball, whatever. and they would move her around the lineup, and nobody can follow her. You need an intermission.
That's such a compliment to her, and I hope she understands like how
She knows.
how big that is from you. I'm just saying, like that's so like so humble from your behalf.
The crowd lets you know. The crowd lets you know.
But I'm saying to still say I love you this much, and I'm a supporter
of your keep her on the road instead
you're
of like
still gonna come out. Like there's so many that are like, oh, you gotta get the fuck out of here. No way.
No, I was like, she's gonna make me stronger, and then there was just no, no getting strong enough that you could follow Bridget, and so. It was the only thing that I could do, but I did want her to, we talked about it. I was like, I want you to stay on the road with me, but I also like can't, I don't want to be like sabotaging this bad. So yeah.
I'm dead serious. Amy, I have so much respect. I have so much respect for you for that. Like and to my listeners, I hope you guys understand what she just said. Like she's talking about her tour. She's talking about her tour. She's talking about, the people that she took with her on the road to open up and have a good time. And there's a talent that she just felt was stronger that she loves so much that she's the biggest fan of. But she was like, yo, you can just close out. I'll bring you up as an encore. That's the dopest shit ever. Like
the loophole.
And by the way, it shows how much of a fan of comedy you are. Let's just put a real star next to that. That's you showing how much you love the craft of comedy. That's fucking. I love that, Amy.
I do.
I did ass. I love that.
I love it, and it's so fun when there's it's not that many comics who can sell out the Garden and like have a killer show there. So that's really fun. But yeah, I'm just like such a fan. Like I love seeing stand up. I really miss it. I love sitting downstairs at the Cellar, especially watching it tell.
I can't wait to get back to it. A question that I've asked, my people, when they've done this podcast is, how do you feel about the state of comedy now? And where it is, and the conversations that are attached to so much that we do, that we say, what we should say, what we shouldn't be able to say, allow, etc. I mean, it goes vice versa. And I know I definitely have a good take on it. And once again, understanding, back to what I was saying about my wife, how I've learned to step back, try to make sure that I understand, have empathy, sympathize with everything that's going on. Right. How do you feel right now with the state of comedy?
I agree. There's this writer I love, Isabel Wilkerson. She has this book, Cast, that I can't recommend enough. And she talks about radical empathy. And so, it's not just like putting yourself in your shoes. Cause like me, I can't imagine what it's like to be you, for a million reasons, but, to be in your shoes, but you like imagining what it's like to like, live as that other person, like really going there. I think it's good. And I think, the people who are like, I hate cancel culture and all this stuff. It's like, if you are down to learn and evolve and like educate yourself, then I think that's cool. And I feel like, that's what we should all be like striving for. So, there's jokes I'm really not proud of, that have not aged well, and I wouldn't say now, and I am trying to keep on educating myself, because if you say some dumb shit that you think is funny and you've grown up your whole life and it would be funny to everybody in the room, and then you realize that's not funny anymore. Like, here's an example that I'm really not proud of. Well, I remember, I came up with Hannibal, and we would make some joke, like, I would make some joke about a black stereotype just to him. Like, I don't even know, like something about like swimming, like black people can't swim or something. And Hannibal was very, like, he really taught me. He'd be like, that's not funny to me. He was just kind of like, I don't like play that way, And I was like, oh, like I'd never had somebody be like, no. And he was my friend, he wasn't like trying to do anything but represent himself. And then as I'm, getting older, learning more, it's like, where does that come from? Like, where do those jokes come from? Like, where does that stereotype come from? Okay, well, black people used to not be allowed to swim in the pool with white people. or there was a place, they would section off, they'd rope off the water in the ocean, people would get killed for putting their toe, like a child got killed in, I think, Michigan or something. So it's like, this is a heavy example, but so should I be so furious with myself that I said that to Hannibal years ago? No, my sort of white guilt isn't helpful. That's not helpful. What is helpful is me taking the initiative to learn more and change, and
also being allowed the opportunity to change, though.
Totally.
You
totally.
know what I mean? Like, it's
even give people a minute with it,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. You probably don't watch The Bachelor, right?
No, Amy.
Okay. I'm trying to connect here, and
and we're not going to connect.
I took
about The Bachelor.
A wrong turn.
What makes you think I watched The fucking Bachelor? No,
it wasn't a good question.
Yeah,
I can admit that. I'm going to learn and grow from this.
From that right there, I'm going to learn and grow. I love that. I love your answer. I love your
I want to be an ally, I want to be like a good it's
You're very vocal, within the things that you believe and the things that you stand for. You always have been.
Yeah.
And now in today's times, of course, the voices are needed more. You have more people speaking up than ever. You have some that just talk, and then you have some that actually put actions behind the word. You put actions behind it. You're a person that doesn't mind getting on a plane. You're a person that doesn't mind going and standing with. And I think
if I believe in it,
if it's something that you believe in,
I will get on a plane.
I think that's dope. I think it says a lot about you. It says a lot about your character.
I'll get on a train.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the same thing, Amy. I don't think
you have to go in a car.
Amy, you don't have to break down the different things where you can travel in.
You can.
It's saying basically
the bus system in New York is actually better than a lot of people think.
Amy, what I'm saying is that you're willing to travel to stand for the things you believe in. So
and there's so many ways to travel now.
Well, that's the point.
You could get a Segway.
Okay.
And then a lot of adults are using scooters.
Amy, I understand. I understand all the different methods of travel.
Good. Then we're on the same page.
We were on the same.
Do you watch The Bachelorette?
That's the same as asking me, do I watch The Bachelor?
Right.
I know.
No, you're right.
So don't ask me. Don't ask me about.
Forget I said anything.
All right. Well, I don't want to forget you said anything. You said a lot of good. There's a lot of good that you said.
Okay.
I want to get back to some good right now.
Good. Let's get back to it.
Well,
let's take a plane back to it.
Okay. Amy, that's a pointless callback.
Okay.
That's a callback that doesn't.
Not every callback is going to be gold.
I want to go and I want to get back to a question that for me is one of, I don't know. I want to see if you're even thinking in this space, right? Like I was talking to you about goals before and about how I think so far in advance. And I talked to you about literature, like you wrote a book, right? Is that still a thing that you're playing around with? Is
maybe another book?
Yeah, another book. Like you now as a mother and now juggling a career and really going to like the next stages of your career where you're talking about in front of the camera, behind the camera. You're going to start putting on so many hats. You know, is there a conversation behind it? I just feel like that story is so uplifting to so many. Yeah. Is that a thought?
Yeah, like maybe, but again, I know you can't even fathom somebody not having goals. Like
I love your fucking answer.
It's not in the works. I'm not, I've got some cell phone notes where I'll go like, oh, this is a good story. If I ever write a book, I should talk about that. But did you have books, don't you?
Yeah. I'm
How many?
Another one right now.
Oh my God.
Can't make this up. I'm about to drop another. I got the decision. I can't make this up. I'm dropping.
If I have a book, will it drop?
If you have a book, will it
drop? Can I say it drops?
Well, that's I'm using slang for my release date.
But can I?
Can you say it? I mean, if you choose to use slang, I don't have a problem with you.
My baby drops. Next baby drops.
That actually is very funny.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm writing that down. That's my
first. You're ready to get on stage.
Baby drops. I know. You
ready.
Yourself like it's hard to get. You're not in shape. Like I'm not in shape. Like with I'm not sitting around the cellar and like trashing Keith. Like that's usually how I keep
That's
myself.
how you get in shape.
Yeah, that's
Sharp. That's
keep
how you stay
myself
sharp.
Yeah.
I definitely
I'm not sharp.
cannot wait. I can't wait to be in an
I'm
environment
excited.
to get sharp. Amy, you know what else I can't wait? I can't wait to fucking see you.
I know that'll be fun.
We have
fun together.
That's what I wanted to say. That I want to say, like, you're literally one of my favorite people because you just talking to you is fun. Talking to
fun.
you equals
running
smiles,
into you is fun.
Equals laughter. It's a
always
good time.
Nice to see you. Yeah,
it's a good time all the time.
We've had some fun. And your agent, I don't know if you're still with him, but he actually was my favorite person to trash.
Which one, Steven?
Steve? Yeah,
Steve Cohen.
He's a problematic dresser.
Captain America. That's what we call him.
Problematic dresser.
Captain America has always been Steven
Sweet
doesn't
guy.
know how to not be an agent.
I know. It's like in their blood. And
he's just Kevin. Hey man, whoa, what a set. Steven's not. I'm just working out. I know, but man, Jesus Christ, no, you don't have to do this. Not right.
I don't.
Man, buddy, whoa.
Was it funny when you start out and like you'll be doing like you do like Conan or something, and they come in to hang out in the green room. Like everything. They're like you're like, when you're starting out, it's like everything. They're like I'm there. Or like doing a guest spot on the Wendy Williams show. They're like, I'm gonna be there.
I'm there. Don't worry. I'm there with you.
Tiny green room. It's just like fruit and your clothes you're gonna wear and your agent. Like,
and you come off when you come off, and it's like as soon as you walk in the back, man, whoa, you were great out there.
God, can I pee?
Amy, we have to figure out what and how. What's the thing that we do? What's the thing that we do together, man?
You have your next available time slot when you're 50.
Yeah.
So I think that's really kind of when I'll be physically peaking, and a lot of people will want me on the big screen.
There you go.
Yeah. No, I mean, I would love to do something.
We're gonna make it. I'm telling you,
we'll do something.
We are for sure going to do something. I mean,
we'll remake Sleepless in Seattle.
Well, that's actually a very beautiful movie. That would be very nice.
On the top of the Empire State Building. And you know how we get there?
How?
A taxi.
Okay.
Or the subway.
All right. That's the conclusion that I needed to get to. Okay.
Walk.
You know what we can do, Amy?
Mm-hmm. What?
We can tell our audience that this is going to be a wrap up now.
That's a wrap.
And here's why we're going to wrap it up.
Okay.
We're going to wrap it up because we not only had great conversation, great dialogue, but we did it the real way, the right way. And that's what this podcast is about, Amy. There's no crazy shit attached to this. It's just talking. And this is what comics do so well. We talk. And when we talk, we understand one another. And we ask questions and we answer questions. And that's what this world needs to see more of. You need to see more of the good within just being real.
Exactly. And what am I being paid?
Wait, Amy, I think that's more.
Is this an hourly sort of I've sort of fallen on hard times.
Well, I think that's an offline conversation. So why
okay.
Why don't we wait? Why don't we wait till I kind of wrap it up? Let me wrap
smart.
it up.
You're driving this ship. You do it. Go ahead.
Yeah. Let me wrap it up, and then maybe
a ferry.
Okay. All right.
There's endless, so many ways.
I got it.
Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Comedy Gold Mines, and today we got into the mind of Amy Schumer, and god damn it, what an amazing mind it was. We got to know that she's not only a mother, but she's in love with motherhood. We got to know that, yes, she complains about her vagina, but she's still happy with what it does. Is she excited about where her breasts have went? No. But is she still dealing with it? Of course. Is her man as affectionate and present as she would like? Absolutely not. But is she happy? Yes, she is. Does Amy Schumer have goals? No, absolutely not. But is she working? Yep, because something made sense today. What happens tomorrow? That's a word that Amy loves. Okay, but a stand-up lover she is, and she's excited to get back to the stage. And god damn it, when she does, I feel like we will all reap from the goddamn benefits of laughter, because that's what she provides. Amy, I love you, genuinely.
I love you, Kev.
You're fucking dope, man. You're so dope. I'm excited for you. I'm so happy that you are happy within this world of being a wife and being a mom. And I'm excited. Like your new show that you're working on Hulu. I like that you're behind the lens. Keep fucking pushing, yo. Goals and no goals. You're doing it right. I mean that.
Thanks, Kev. That means a
Thank
lot.